So, I'm late to the party, or I'll say to the disaster, to the dumpster fire, because I've been just out here trying to celebrate my birthday. I've been doing my black job, getting people registered to vote. And I've been canvassing, I've been knocking on doors. I've been in Georgia, I'm back in Seattle. And I just want to come on here to talk for a minute about the disaster that was the Trump rally in New York, where some guy gets up there and has all the things to say about our brown brothers and sisters. Now, here's the thing. I was just on the phone with my best friend, and she was like, I bet you Donald Trump tries to distance himself from these remarks. But here is the thing that I want y'all to understand. Ain't no distance. This man, when he announced he was running for president in 2016, came down the escalators to a press conference where he said that Mexicans were drug dealers and rapists. That's what Donald Trump said. So this guy today saying that there's a floating island in the middle of the ocean, a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean, talking about Puerto Rico, mind you, is no different than what Donald Trump had to say about Mexicans. Now, here's the thing that I want y'all to know, to our brown brothers and sisters. One, the sooner that we all realize that we're all in this together and that we should be inclusive and figure out how we collectively overcome oppression, collectively overthrow systemic oppression and racism, the better off we'll be. And the best way that we can do that is to do our black and brown jobs, our indigenous jobs, and go to the polls. And then motivate and move around an agenda. Be strategic about what a real liberation agenda is all about. Now, he also said they love making babies. And that is rhetoric that we've all heard, black folks. We have all heard this before about us. He said they love making babies and they're not pulling out and they come inside. All very graphic, just like they do to the country, to our country. Y'all, this is a bridge too far. And I do want to just take a moment to shout out J-Lo and Bad Bunny and Ricky Martin. But y'all, you're a little late. Early voting has begun. And I don't know why you didn't understand the existential threat and crisis that Donald Trump has been, is, and will be. But welcome to the party. And I hope that y'all really move an agenda. I hope you really knock doors. I hope you really get on the phones. I hope you really text back, because he is a threat to democracy. He is a threat to humanity. He is a threat to everything that folks have been trying to build since 1619. By force, by the way. Because we ain't asked to be here. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say. While people are all up in arms about this, the other big problem that we have is that Donald Trump's folks right now, while everybody is focused on what he said about Puerto Rico, what the guy said about Puerto Rico, and what he said about Latinos and having babies, the other thing that's big today are the folks who are trying to advise Donald Trump to use a private security firm for security clearances. So people who would be appointed to work in the Donald Trump White House, they would now not have to go through the FBI security clearance process. Now they would go through a process through a private security firm, which means it's super subjective, and that people have all types of access to classified documents and classified information that they should not have. That's what else is happening today. So that Project 2025, that thick 900-page document, they're moving on it. They're trying to tell you that wasn't his agenda. It's always been his agenda. Donald Trump is a mere puppet of other folks who are trying to infiltrate, to ensure oppression, to ensure systemic racism is the law of the land. That we go back to the Jim Crow era. When Kamala Harris and people campaigning with her are talking about not going back, it's to a very real and documented time. I know some of y'all ain't seen it in your history books because they took it out. But this is a very real existential threat. If y'all want to play, don't play with this election on November 5th. Don't play with that. Go play with something else. But not this. Y'all, every single thing is on the line. This is not a game. Church folks, this is not a game. Brothers, this is not a game. Our Latino brothers and sisters, not a game. White folks, I hope it's some white folks that will talk to you, but this is not a game. It ain't a test. Okay, so he already coming to get me when it all goes down. So I'm just gonna go hard. I want y'all to be very clear about what's at stake. Do not play with this election. He's told you what he thought about you. He showed you what he would do with policy. Do not test this. Get out, go to the polls, get ready to make your demands to people who are reasonable and will listen to them. But we got work to do. Do not let this man play you. He been playing y'all like a fiddle.